last week I shared with you this push poll that is going out. Ralph Reed is pushing this thing out to, he said, 10 million voters across the United States. And it asked questions like, do you think that, Obama is, I'm paraphrasing from memory now, I don't have it in front of me. Do you think that Obama is worse than Hitler, worse than Stalin? Is he, those kinds of, these bizarre questions. And these setups, Hugo Chavez called him a comrade and favorably compared him with Fidel Castro. Do you think that Obama's worse than Castro? It's called a push poll. It pretends to be a poll, but it's actually a way of putting information in people's brains. Information that is, by and large, wrong, or may have a kernel of truth in it. Hugo Chavez might have said something, but that doesn't make it true and doesn't mean that President Obama has anything to do with it. So what happens when those kind of things are widely distributed as a mainstream political tactic by a political party that has literally billions of dollars available to it, massive national infrastructure, an entire television network, GOP TV, also known as Fox So-Called News, committed to it, thousands of right-wing radio shows promoting, it being the Republican Party. What happens when the strategic decision is made by people like Karl Rove or Frank Luntz or other leaders of the Republican Party, when that strategic decision is made to say, we are going to portray the president as the other, we're going to portray him as somebody other than an American. People who are registered Republicans are more likely than the rest of Americans to believe, in fact, more than half of them believe that President Obama is actually secretly a Muslim and was not born in the United States. No truth to either of these. But Republicans, they tend to believe this. Fox News watchers believe it big time. I mean, the poll came out a year or so ago showing that Fox News viewers were more misinformed than people who don't watch any news. So what happens when this kind of stuff gets out? Well, obviously the political party, their goal is to say, well, it's just going to make people angry and they'll vote against Obama. They'll vote for that weird guy, Mitt Romney, who none of us liked in the primaries, but we kind of got stuck with because he was the number 2 guy last time around, and that's how it works in the Republican Party. But then you get somebody like Albert Peterson who hears this and says, oh no. Last week, the story of the man who killed his wife and kids and then turned the gun on himself and killed himself. Now we know why. The Daily Mail reporting that a family friend said, quote, Albert Peterson felt that our God-given rights were being taken away. He didn't like where the country was going. He killed his wife and 2 sons and himself because he became convinced that President Obama was going to get reelected. Not making this up. This is the danger. I mean, there's a real danger to just, to lying about the future of this country and the politics associated with it and the people associated with those politics in ways that, for a rational person might look at it, prove it, or come on, or give me a break, or even, so what? But there's over 300 million of us in this country. There's going to be some people who are a little paranoid, very disturbed, on the edge. And when you get those kind of stories out there, when you push the idea that the President of the United States is worse than Hitler, seriously? When you start talking about, oh yeah, FEMA concentration camps, he's going to take away your guns and round you all up. When you start doing that stuff, there is a small minority of people in this country who will take it seriously. And some of them will do things like, hanging an empty chair by way of hanging the president in effigy in their front yard, the guy we talked about last week, or putting up, offensive signs or, emails and things like that. It's okay. That's free speech. And there have been, I believe the latest number is either 8 or 10 credible conspiracies to assassinate the president that have been broken up by the Secret Service and the FBI so far. I mean, this is an all-time high. Although I'll bet that during some of the Republican demonization of Bill Clinton, that those numbers were spiking also. Why is it? I mean, this is an interesting question. You look at the history of right-wing movements and left-wing movements. Why is it that the right-wingers seem to be more inclined to violence? And it seems to, if you look at the political history of the United States, who are the people who actually get assassinated? Jack, Bobby, and Martin? I mean, they're the liberals. Talk show host Alan Berg machine-gunned in the parking lot of his radio station. Knock on wood. God forbid. Anybody. But I mean, this is it... frankly, I think it's because the right-wing mentality is grounded in fear. And by the way, this is true of whether we're talking about the right in the United States, the Ralph Reed fundamentalists, or whether you're talking about the right in Afghanistan, a.k.a. the Taliban. Right-wingers are all about fear and control. And they use that. And that sometimes leads to really, really, really bad consequences.